So, just, for a random video, just, to be a little bit random, but to get this off my chest a little bit at the same time. Well, the first part's kind of off my chest. The next part's just kind of, just kind of a thing I've noticed. But just to get you guys into it. Yeah, my boss, like, yesterday, this was yesterday, I worked 2 days in a row. I'm working, like, freaking 9 hours, and then another 9 hours. I barely get any sleep. To come and work again. I'm okay with that, I guess. I didn't want to have to work, but I show up. I actually try. I don't do the. I don't try 100%, but I actually. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't try 100%, but I do actually try to get things done and do them properly. Okay. Sometimes I accidentally get a little bit of compost in the garbage, and then I have to throw the whole thing into the garbage, but you guys probably don't know what I'm talking about, so I'm not even gonna try and talk about that. But yeah, my boss, he literally, I go and I clean the toilets, I scrub the top, and then I lift the seat up, the bottom of the seat, and then I scrub really fast in the actual toilet, so there's not like any big chunks. And all that was left was like a tiny little black dot, which I don't even notice, because who even notices that little tiny black dot? Literally, I swear, it was like a couple little black dots, like two. Like, and he comes in after I'm done cleaning the toilets and stuff. He walks in and he gives me a really nasty face, and he walks away. He walks over towards the other side and gets the other maintenance worker, which I'm a maintenance worker. He goes over and gets the other maintenance worker. He comes over and he's like, the manager, Tim Mariner. I'm just gonna say Tim. Even though that's not quite his name. I don't want to, say actual names. But yeah, the other maintenance worker comes over, and he's talking to me like, oh, you left crap on the toilets and stuff. Tim was talking about it. So I go over, and I'm looking through all the toilets like, I don't see nothing. Like, what is going on? I have to wait a couple minutes for a couple people to come out, but meanwhile, the garbages are getting filled up and everything because it's so busy on the other side, because I'm so focused on trying to find what the heck he's talking about. And there was nothing there. And I'm looking around, I'm even looking inside the toilet. Like, I had to lean, to look at the very bottom of the toilet. And there was, like, a little black dot, like, I didn't even notice. Like, that, and that must have been what he was talking about. And he's like, oh, I'm going to read a note up about you. The other maintenance worker was like, he's gonna write a note out. He's like, do you want him to write? He was like, do you want me to write a note out about you? And, no, Tim. I sound like an idiot. What I was trying to say was, he was saying that Tim was gonna write a note up about me, about doing a bad job, which I had no idea what he was talking about. I honestly tried. I didn't want to spend 1,000 hours trying to clean every toilet to make it sparkling clean, but apparently I'm gonna do a bad job if I don't spend every single. And by the time that hour's up, I have to go back and clean the toilets again. I just don't. I don't know. And then I put I'm mopping, right? I have to sweep and everything first, move all the boxes, everything, the shelves. And then I go back and I have to mop it, and I put the 2 wet floor signs on both opposite ends of the hallway, right? And he comes, the first time he comes in, he's like, oh, make sure people can see them. So I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure I can see them perfectly fine. They seem pretty good, so and then like 2 weeks later, this is 2 weeks later when I'm mopping, like, not that exact floor, but a different floor. He's like, oh, don't put them in the middle where people are gonna trip over them. I'm like, wait a second. So I put them a little bit off to the side, but still noticeable before, and you wanted me to make them more noticeable, so I make them more noticeable by putting them in the middle of the floor where people can simply walk around them. They're gigantic, tall, wet floor signs. They're not like little signs that are going to fall over. They're like the big cone wet floor signs. And he's just, gosh, he got me to clean a freaking extension cord because it was a little dirty. He's obnoxious. I'm sorry. He's one of those people that I have no idea how he got to be a manager. He's obnoxious, and He has the most awful looking face, dude. No offense, but he's so rude too. He's like, he doesn't even care. He needs things done perfectly, and honestly, I hope he fires me. I mean, I like all my coworkers and everything. I like 90% of the people. They're awesome and everything, but he's just obnoxious. I'm sorry, but he is. I don't condone what happens to him. But anyways, a different one of my managers. This one I actually like. So I like every manager. There's five, yeah. It's a big restaurant, convenience store place, so it's pretty big. It makes sense why there's so many. But yeah, he's always talking like he makes sure the bakery. This guy, he's fully there. He goes into the kitchen, helps out in the kitchen, helps them out the waitresses when there's too many people. Like he's definitely deserving of manager, unlike Tim. No offense. I'm so sorry to say that, but I don't like talking down about people or behind their back, but he's not a nice person, but this manager is definitely deserving of his job. He makes sure everything's good. He checks. He doesn't complain. He asks nicely. He makes sure he gives you good, instructions. He shows you where everything is when you're confused. When you need to know something, he's really good. I'm sorry, but he's definitely a good manager. He's deserving of it, and I'm not talking bad about him right now, but he always talks to this one waitress, right? He talks to everybody basically, but there's this one waitress who you can just tell there's a vibe that they just talk, and it's like they have sex probably though. I'm sorry, I'm trying to say that really quietly because I don't want other people to hear it, but I know it. There's just that vibe to it. It's got to be it. I know it, and I know it's true. It's way too, how you get those certain vibes, and they seem way too strong to. Yeah, that's how that is there. Also, yesterday, well, the other ones were one of the ones with Tim with the poop on the toilet and stuff was yesterday. But also yesterday, this was after that. He doesn't stay very long. He's a crappy manager. He doesn't stay very long. He stays for a couple hours, complains about everything, then leaves. Not the manager I was talking about, not the good one. He actually stays a decent amount of time. Make sure everything's good. Make sure he's there in case I need him and stuff. Other people need him. It's not just me. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, there's this little boy. He came into the bathroom with me while I was cleaning it, and he's talking about his favorite NHL team, and he's like, I'm wearing an NBA shirt. Not me, but he was. He was talking about how he was wearing an NBA shirt and stuff. He was talking about his favorite players and stuff. And he was a good little kid. I mean, I would be proud if he was my son. From the way he was acting there, anyways. And he was like, "Oh, you should come over and sit down at the table with us and everything." He's like, "My dad's the one with the Boston Bruins shirt and stuff on, and jersey, sorry, and everything." And I'm like, yeah, I guess I can see if I can come talk to you for a minute, but I can't. I really didn't want to say it, but I couldn't be there. But I felt really bad saying I couldn't go, so I had to, even though I might get in trouble. I mean, this little kid, he was talking to the waitresses and stuff too, or two of them at least. He just kept talking to them and everything. And he was a talker. He was a talker kid. He liked Sidney Crosby. He really liked Patrice Bergeron from Boston Bruins. He thought he deserved to be the captain. Nothing to say about Zdeno. I don't know. Chera. I don't know how to say his first name. Maybe if I saw it again, I forget what it looks like. But I know his last name's Chara. But yeah, there's just, I thought I would just say some things about, this stuff. Try and get this weird stuff. Just trying to let other people. I don't know, like how you have that feeling where you want to talk about something and you just, no one really, you want to talk to somebody and they probably will listen, but it will make things awkward, and you kind of want them to know, but you don't want them to know at the same time. So me saying it like this, I'm not saying it to any specific person, but yeah, I kind of, it felt like I was talking to somebody. When I talk in my YouTube videos, it kind of feels like I'm talking and stuff. I still play Doom and stuff. I just haven't been putting the multiplayer in the background and stuff. So I think I'll be doing that again because I kind of found that really fun and stuff. I really liked Doom. It was intense. It was fast-paced, like this kind of. Titanfall, Doom, they're fast-paced. Rainbow Six Siege is a little slow-paced at times, but Rainbow Six Siege is definitely really fun. Fallout 4 is definitely slow-paced at times, but that's kind of what it is. My top 4 games: 2 fast-paced games, Titanfall 2 and Doom, and then Fallout and Siege are kind of slower-paced. Look at that execution! I just broke that guy's neck. That was awesome. I love the executions. Especially, like, that's the thing about Doom and this and Fallout. They do executions. In Siege, you don't do executions, but I just noticed that, yeah. You do all in all Doom, Titanfall, and Fallout. Fallout, I mean, it's not really, it's kind of an execution, kind of, you know what I mean. But yeah, Doom and Titanfall is like executions when you come up behind them, or like on Doom when you get them low enough and you just like jump in the air and you like crack the leg and like send them flying. It's awesome. It's fun. I love these games. Oh, it's just so much fun. So much fun. I really want Battlefield 1. In case you're complaining why it's not one of my top favorites, I don't have it. Never play Battlefield 1. I know. I want Battlefield 1. I play Battlefield 3, 4, Hardline. Hardline, no offense, but the recoil on all the guns just, they didn't put enough effort into Hardline. No offense, but Hardline did not have enough effort into it. They needed to put more effort into Hardline. Battlefield 3 and 4 were definitely good. There's just some games, you know, you can feel that they did not put enough effort into them. Like, the SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom and the SpongeBob the Movie game, they were absolutely incredible games, and they are still incredible till today. And they had better graphics than games that are released, like, for, like, a decade afterwards, 10 years, no joke. Like Fallout 3 had worse graphics and it was released like 8 years later, right? Or something like that. 7, I think. Yeah, 7 years later, because 2001, 2008. But yeah, and I mean, then the new game made by Activision, Truth or Square, had a little bit less effort, but Truth or Square was definitely a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. It wasn't as much fun, but it was still a lot of fun with less effort. But that's not even close to how Activision betrayed us making. I don't even know how that guy didn't notice me there, as you guys can see right there. But I don't even know how. Like, what's wrong with Activision that they had to mess up the SpongeBob? Like, did they buy the SpongeBob games or something? And from THQ or whatever? Because THQ, after THQ made them. This one's made by Activision. Did THQ make this game too? But you know, the Hero Pants game, it's literally not even as good as an app. Like, it's like an app. Like, they would make it to be an app or a computer game. Like, not even like a PC game. When I say PC game, I mean like, it's just as good as like a console game like Titanfall and stuff. But when I say computer game, I'm talking about crap. But when I say PC, I'm talking about good. Okay? Just so you guys get that clarification there. Yeah, it's like a crappy computer game or a crappy app. Like, and it's for consoles. Like, it's garbage. It really is. I really wish they put effort into it. I gotta go now because my dad's yelling at me, but you guys don't need to know that. I could stop this video and continue making it, but I think I brought it into like the same amount of time that I did yesterday's video. The 14-minute mark, not too long, not too short. I'll see you guys later, okay? Have a nice. Sorry about that. SHAREfactory always cuts me off, but have a nice day, guys.